Bones. In the vast cosmic nightmare void of space, who would think that these things would be the topic of so much angst? Certainly not Zaha Sanko, a mysterious boy with a mysterious legend attached to his entire being. If you can kill him and take his bones, they'll grant you any wish you desire. At least that's what the legend says. Most people just end up dead. Life in the darkness of space isn't all that it's cracked up to be, if you ask me. I mean, 1 second you could be flying high, riding the stars, burning as the power of the sun peels your flesh. Or you could be minding your business and some rando could place a bounty on your bones and have the worst bastards imaginable ready to put you 6 feet under on Jupiter. So I can't begin to imagine the frustration in the life of our one Zaha Sanko. Paired with our wonderful package of darkness of Ankiad, Zaha hopes to find the very bastard who cursed his name and his bones. Standing at a whopping 6'3" for some damn reason, Sanko is a lovely, nice, happy-go-lucky boy who just so happens to be in some sad-ass situations. His favorite food consists of the meatball spaghetti sandwich made by stuffing spaghetti and meatballs, and you guessed it, bread. Although he calmly refers to them as me baspa. For some reason. Like I guess he's like, I mean, like you gotta be like you can't be high, like you have to be sober to come up. I feel like this is something where you're just sober and you're just like, yeah, no, I don't have adults in my life to regulate my taste buds with this. And then you have to wonder, this is a tangent, but it's so weird. And then you have to wonder, does food taste the same in the future? What does meatballs and spaghetti taste like? Where's the meat coming from? Is that beef? And then what type of beef is considered beef? Is it fake beef? What's fake beef? What is meat anymore? From the 10-uttered snake demon dragon? I don't know. It's so weird. It's just so weird to me. While ducking bounty hunters and trying to stuff his face with the only food he cares about, he also enjoys the leisurely watching of the entertainment unit, airing a special show called Alternate Dimension Death Run. Then he will go off and make clay figures of the characters from the show, because Zaha really likes clay. And bones. He really loves bones too. But when you're his favorite person, or favorite character, he will make a clay figurine out of you, a clay action figure, and just have his own fun. Because Zaha is so very much in his own world, he can often end up being conned or led for a loop, which gives Avakian a lot of trouble. Even though as much as Avakian doesn't like to admit it, Avakian can be just as stupid. This of course isn't fully his fault, because Zaha has been hunted for such a long time. He's had to hide himself in public spaces, which often led to him being bullied for being so different and strange, and thus he had to stray away from making any friends, which resulted in him being a very lonely person. He makes up for this by being so open and inviting as a person and latches on to anyone who shows interest in things he enjoys or things he doesn't. One such person being Shimada, and as much as Avakian doesn't trust Shimada, Zaha looks past his tough exterior and god complex attitude amongst the crew. He even made clay figures of him, so like it or not, Shimada is friends for life with Zaha. Because once he makes a clay figure of you, you're pretty much family. Now, this could also be one of the reasons Zaha refers to himself as Boku, a pronoun often used for young boys and more soft-spoken men. It's clear that despite his appearance, Zaha tries his best not to be the bad people that hurt him, and leads with kindness first, which, hey, what more can you ask for in a big buff space guy with an axe that can suck off your skin leave your bones. Zaha primarily gets around in a special spaceship called the Moha, who comes in big ship form and tiny little nightmare puppy form. Moha is very informative and helpful and just the cutest thing on 4 legs. He may look a bit off, but his intentions are nothing but pure, and he helps Zaha with all kinds of things, like cooking.
Look at him. Isn't he just the cutest?
In their early lives, Avakian tried to do all he could to ensure Zaha stayed safe, and their travels eventually led them to an elementary school ship known as the Trigun. Avakian, using his quick, cool computer skills that I wish I had, hacked the system and logged Zaha in. But since Zaha was near death and hungry as hell, instead of saying his real name, the computer registered the first words that came out of Zaha's mouth: meatball spaghetti. Thus, the entire school began to know him as such, and this didn't help Zaha when it came to fitting in and when it came to not being bullied. The Trigun is a special place in Zaha's past for many reasons. One could say it's where he experienced the closest thing he'll ever have to a childhood. He caught the school bus, met other kids, even though they were terrible and still tried to kill him, got to go to classes and work on school experiments, and sleep all day, and hang out with Avakian. It's also where he met Shimada for the first time. And Shimada was the first person Zaha ever met that didn't want to kill him. And from there, their friendship blossomed. I still don't buy it though. I really feel like Shimada is the final boss. That's like my weird cracked pot theory. Like I feel like after all this is said and done, we're like 20 volumes in and then boom, Shimada, evil from jump. And then Avakian can be like, yes, because I feel like that's what Avakian would do. I feel like he would rub it in. Now, Zaha has a myriad of abilities to defend himself from those who wish to do him harm. Powers of darkness that give him the ability to murder his enemies and stuff himself with meatball spaghetti sandwiches all day. Starting off, we have the Dark Hide, a protective set of clothes that can transform and surround his entire body. These can repel all kinds of attacks, including attacks with firearms or from melee weapons, and they can double as undies.
Always bet on black.
Next up is Dark Flesh. By combining a dark bone with this substance, Zaha can create an axe that, upon hitting a living being, removes all skin and meat from them, leaving only their bones. Some twisted shit. I love it. Zaha also comes equipped with enhanced strength. As a dark native, Zaha is incredibly strong. Even as a child, he was able to kick a hijacker ship off its module and was able to crush someone's hand with... Well, yeah, he can crush someone's hand. I misread. He can crush someone's head, but I'm sure he can crush someone's hand too. With his bare hands.
Patrick! And there comes a giant fish! Patrick, no!
Now, while Zaha is not... Zaha does have the power of regeneration. He mentions that he can easily regenerate from most injuries, but this takes a lot of time and energy, making sustained damage able to incapacitate him. Zaha also possesses dark vision, which allows him to see even in the total absence of light. Being raised in the dark void of space does come with its perks. Last but not least, Zaha has a backlog of over 200 languages from different planets. This is mostly due to him being in survival mode 24/7, so one must do all they can to fit in wherever they go. That said, 200 languages? 200 languages? I hope you all enjoyed this wonderful look at a swell guy we're going to be seeing more of around these parts. Zaha's journey throughout the vast void of dark will be long and perilous, and full of weirdo cultists obsessed with light, led by a sinister sparkle twink. Maybe I should join the cult. Happy holidays, folks.